How you doing, everybody? This is John. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to tell you about a few of the fights that I got into in jail, not prison, actual jail in Riverhead. Just tell you a couple of them. There's so many, but I'll give you a few for this video, and then maybe another video. I'll do a few more. But I got locked up in 2009 to fight my case. You know, before I got my DIN number, my 10 number for prison, 10R1186. But you know, at first I came in there addicted to heroin, and you know, and when you're in there, you kick the drug. You know, when you kick the drug, you go through it, you go through your withdrawals, and after your withdrawals, you're eating good, you start working out, you get your weight up, you know, and what do you call it? I started serving on the breakfast cart. You know what I mean? I started I'll just redo it.
Oh my! That's why I say nothing.
Huh?
That's why I ain't say nothing. I heard you talking.
Yeah, no, I'll just redo it.
Oh, let me just say.
I ain't gonna redo it. I'm gonna leave it in. So I got on the breakfast cart. The breakfast cart is, you know, when the food comes in the morning, you're serving all the other inmates. And in Riverhead, for whatever reason, these people are petty. You know, they want to fight over the food cart. Everybody's rich, but they want to fight over the state food. You know, it's pathetic, really. But you know, I had my weight up. You know, I was doing my thing. So I'm like, whatever. You know, I got myself on the cart, and I was serving my favorite meal, breakfast, you know. And at the time, we used to get set up. Set up is the peanut butter and jelly. So I would get set up every day, you know. It was all right. And, you know, I was serving the milk. So I would put the milks out and shit, and people would take their milk to go along the line with their cereal. This one guy, he reached in my crate and took 2 milks out. So I yell at him. I'm like, yo, like, my dude, like, if you want 2 milks, ask me for 2 milks. I'll give you the 2 milks, but don't go reaching in the crate, because everybody else is going to think they can reach in the crate. You know what I mean? So he threw the 2 milks back in and walked away. He was like a little embarrassed, you know, and they kept staring at me. So I'm handing out the milks. He comes back, he takes 2 milks again for no reason. And I'm like, yo, my dude, like, you're not even built like that. Like, I dare you to try that shit again. And, like, he goes off to the side, he's staring at me, you know, while I'm putting the milks out. And I was done. For serving, I would get everything extra, all the extra cereal. But for real, I would get a box of juice and a loaf of bread every day, you know, extra just for serving. So my bro that was in my room, my cell, whatever you want to call it, he was like, yo, I'm going to bring this shit to our cell. You good? I'm like, yeah, I'm good. Once my bro leaves, the guy comes up to me. He's like, yo, after the COs do their walk, we're going to fight in my cell. I'm like, yo, fuck it. Let's fight here. And I put my hands up. He backs up thinking I'm going to swing on him. He's like, nah, let's go in the tier toilet. The tier toilet was just a toilet for everybody who didn't have a cell. It was the day area. They lived in the day area, so everybody would use one cell as a bathroom. And I'm like, all right, let's go. But he was a barber, so I was worried that, like, he had a lot of friends that might jump in. So I look up the stairs as my bro was going up the stairs to put my shit in the cell, and I give him a nod to come back down. And he peeped game. You know, the other guy peeped game. So he looks at me. He's like, nah, you go first. I'm like, all right. I take one step, and boom, I hook off on him, hit him square in the jaw. Square in the jaw. Knock him out cold. Like, I put him to bed. You know, he was sleeping. The COs in the bubble seen it, and they were like, everybody lock in, you know, so everybody had to lock in. I put my hands up on the wall, and as I'm waiting for the cops to come to restrain me, I see him waking up, so I pull him up, and I put him, like, in a chokehold. I'm like, I'm just holding him at bay, you know, they grab him, they grab me. Luckily, I don't go to the box, they just separate us, because in Riverhead Jail, you don't really get in trouble for fighting. Really, you don't get in trouble for fighting. You can, but you don't. They just separate you, you know what I mean? So I stayed there, you know, and that fight had me thinking, my shit didn't stink, I guess you could say, because there was this other guy later, a couple of months later, his name was Brock, well, we called him Brock Lesnar because, you know, he looked just like Brock Lesnar. He was that big, that tough, you know, he had an anger issue, and we had an issue. I'm not going to go into detail what the issue was. It's really irrelevant for the story, but we had an issue. And somebody was sending something under the door that connects to the other pod. And I'm like, yo, the guy's name was Tom. I'm like, yo, Tom, what you putting under that door? Because anything under that door is either cigarettes, a light, you know, there's something. And I want in. You know, the guy Tom was a bird. And Brock Lesnar runs up to me. He's like, yo, what are you doing minding my fucking business? I'm like, yo, I ain't minding your business. I'm minding Tom's business. He's like, yeah, he's putting that under the door for me. I'm like, all right, I didn't know. So I know this guy's looking for a fight, so I'm like, you know, fuck it, I'm gonna fight him. But he's so goddamn big, I'm not trying to fight him in like the tier toilet. So I go to a mutual friend. I'm like, yo, listen, let him know that if he wants to fight, I'll fight him. I'm not fighting him in the tier toilet. I'll fight him out in the open. You know what I'm saying? Where I can stick and move. And if he's killing me, the COs will save my life. You know, they'll break it up eventually. So one of my jobs at this point, I no longer had the breakfast cart. I was cleaning the bubble, and you know, whatever they ate, whether it's steak, chicken, whatever they ate, I got a dish or two of whatever they made, street food, you know, because I would wash their pots and pans, and I would steal their cigarettes that they left in the ashtray and shit like that. I was doing it back then, you know, jail-wise. But you know, it was Thanksgiving Day, and I was looking for something to read before the count. And I'm looking in everybody's cell for somebody I know, because it seemed like everybody was depressed and hiding out in their cells. And I see my boy in his cell, in a cell. I'm like, yo, you mind if I go in your cell and look for a magazine? He's like, yeah, go ahead. I didn't realize I was looking in Brock Lesnar's cell. So I go in the other guy's cell to grab the magazines. I'm going to leave, and Brock Lesnar is like blocking my way to leave the cell. He's like, who the fuck are you to mind my business, my cell, blah, blah, blah. I cut him off. I'm like, yo, hold up, my dude. Like, nobody gives a fuck about you, your cell, or anything like that. Like, I see someone I know, I can talk to whoever the fuck I want, you feel me? And I go to like scoot around him thinking everything is all right. It wasn't all right. He fucking hooks off, gives me a right hook right to the fucking nose, knocks me clean on my back, bro. Breaks my nose, blood everywhere. You know, the CO's fucking called count, you know. It was horrible. I had to go to the emergency room, and they couldn't do nothing for it, but yeah, I had a broken nose again from a fight, you know. One other time was, I go to the box for a fight. No. Let me rewind. I go to the box for smuggling cigarettes and a lighter into the jail. I was violating parole, and I knew I was violating the parole, so I had cigarettes taped to me, you know, a pack of cigarettes taped to my crotch, and a lighter sewed into my pocket. You know, like I made a pocket, I sewed it into my drawers, and, you know, I got caught with it, you know, stupid shit. That's a whole nother video in itself, but I got caught, so they filmed me right in the box, and in the box, like, it's crazy, like, motherfuckers try to starve you. They call it Ramadan. Like, a CO will come with the meals, and he'll unlock one inmate, usually a gang member, a very popular gang member, and they give him all the food, and then they leave and don't come back. So that gang member has it. It's up to him who he feels like feeding. He could skip right over your cell and just give it to himself or another gang member. That's part of his shit, whatever. And it was breakfast, and you know, I didn't get my breakfast, so I keep yelling the guy's name, like, yo, what's up? He's like, yo, chill, you making it hot. So I'm like, oh, all right, say no more. So people usually will piss each other down, shit each other down, you know, piss in the cup or shit in the cup and splash the person. I wasn't doing that. I put water in the cup, and when he walked past my cell, I splashed him down with the water. He held it down. He didn't make it hot. And when I got my half-hour break to make my phone call and shower, I go over to his cell. I'm like, he calls me over there. He's like, yo, that wasn't piss, was it, yo? And it looked like he was trying to talk it out. And he was part of a very popular gang. And I figured, you know what, if I could talk it out politically, you know, where it's a dead issue, I'm going to do that, you know what I mean? So I'm like, nah, it was water, but like, what's up? He's like, yo, son, this is blase blah tier. Like, you're the only one that's not blase blah. And I'm like, yo, first of all, you know, because he's like, you got to pay homage. I'm like, yo, first of all, I'm a grown-ass man. I don't pay homage to nobody. Second of all, like, I bang too. Like, what's up? And he was like, yo, I'm just saying it was that one time only. And it kind of looked like he wasn't trying to fight. So I'm like, fuck it, let me dead the issue. I'm like, oh, so it's a dead issue? He's like, yeah. I'm like, all right, well, listen, we're getting sandwiches for lunch. And, you know, the bullpen sandwiches, I'm going to give you that. You can have my sandwiches for lunch for spraying water on you. So your people don't tell you you got to come at me for throwing water on you. But after that, are we good? He's like, yeah, we good. So I gave him the sandwiches, you know what I mean? And I was good for a while. I had no problems. And about 3 days before I was going back to population, they were serving hamburgers, and there was two other white boys other than me, and Patria, you know, Trinitario. And they deaded all of us on the burgers, you know, this one other gang that still was in that whole tier. And they were all holding it down. I wasn't trying to hold it down. And the guy that served and said I wasn't getting mine, said I owed it to him. The original guy that I you know, sprayed water on. So I'm like, all right, say no more, I'll take care of it. I get my half hour, I go up to him, I'm like, yo, like, I thought we had a talk already. I thought we had an agreement, like, this shit ain't happening no more. And he had his face on the bars, and he's talking to me. He's like, yo, I'm saying we let you live for 2 weeks. Boom! I just cracked him right in his face real quick. Not as hard as I can, because if I nicked the ball, I was scared to break my hand, but I hit him. I hit him in the eye pretty good. And I'm like, what's up now? You know what I mean? Like, tomorrow you gave me the head up in the yard. The whole tier that wasn't those guys were like, nah, you just popped on a blase blah. We fucking you up in the yard tomorrow, you know what I mean? Like, they were saying how they were going to jump me in the yard. And, you know, what I'm about to say is proof that I don't bullshit none of my stories. So I'm like, all right, no doubt. And I played the cell for 3 days until I went to population, because I wasn't trying to get jumped, you know? But not only that, fuck getting jumped. It's just that every time you fight in the yard, when you're in especially when you're in a box, you get another 40 days. And I would have been stuck in there for 40 more days, you know? But, yeah, so I played the cell for 3 days. I got my meals, thankfully, too. But, yeah, I went to population, life went on. But it's funny, too, because the reason why I say all that is to say this. A year and a half later, I violate parole again. I wound up back in jail, and I popped on someone in the hallway, and I go right to the box. The second I get in the box, who's there serving me my dinner? The same guy from a year and a half prior that I popped on through the bars. And he didn't want it then, thank God. You know, he just came from the streets. He was all skinny. He didn't have his, you know, jail weight on him and shit. He wasn't trying to fight. I called him over and everything. Said, like, what do you want to do? Do you want to fight in the yard tomorrow? Like, just let me know. He's like, nah, I ain't blase blah no more. I'm going to college. I'm getting my life together, you know. But, yeah, that's how Riverhead is, though. Riverhead, these motherfuckers all claim to be rich, but yet they fight over the littlest thing. They'll fight over fucking apples, like a bag of apples. You know, that's just how it is. But, yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. You know, there's going to be plenty more coming. That was just another Bozo Chronicle. Everybody enjoy your day.